Kapiling natin sa ating linya ng komunikasyon ang dating Presidential Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Attorney at dating Undersecretary na si Manuelito Luna. Magandang araw po sa inyo. Si Bombo Dennis Hamito po ito, and together with me, si Bombo Jaira Hangayo. Ito ho, Yusek, ano ang magiging take ninyo dun sa mga development sa kaso ni former President Rodrigo Duterte na disqualify itong si Prosecutor Karim Khan sa pag-handle ng kaso, and nabasura naman yun hong interim release request ng kampo ng dating Pangulo. Ano ho ang take ninyo dito, Yusek?
Well, although merong parang motion for reconsideration or appeal, di ba, na nakafile ang defense counsel na si Attorney Kaufman, ako naman, hindi naman ako parte ng ng legal team na yan. I'm just a plain supporter ni President Duterte. And I feel, after reading yung disposition ng ICC pre-trial chamber, mukhang wala masyado yun sa reality. Kasi for one, sinasabi nila na may siya. Well, we know very well, pati sila, na hirap na nga maglakad ang ating dating Pangulo. And then he suffers from several ailments. Tapos yung edad niya is already 80 years old. So mukhang imposible yung sinasabi nila na magiging flight risk lang siya kung i-grant. Parang taliwas yun sa realidad. And I think parang wala sa ayos yung disposition doon with respect to that. Kasi even if he was elected mayor of Davao City, wala naman sa hinihingi nilang request for interim release na sa Davao City siya mamalagi. Wala naman ganon. In fact, si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, humanap siya ng third country. When you speak of third country, hindi Pilipinas yon. Sablay ang disposition and reasoning ng ICC doon. But of course, definitely ko-cover yon ng motion for reconsideration or appeal ni Attorney Kaufman. I'm sure. Now, with respect to the other issues na yung magiging threat siya sa mga witnesses and others who will testify, paano mangyayari yon? Hindi nga kilala ni Pangulong Duterte yung mga sinasabi nilang witnesses dahil ang dami nilang nilalabas ng mga pangalan na wala naman sa listahan. And blow up naman yung figures na 30,000 deaths. So mukhang out of the blue, bigla na lang dininay, tapos hindi naman very legally based. Sa tingin ko, more political yung naging desisyon sa request for interim release ni President Duterte.
Okay, ito lamang ho, sapagkat may mga observer na naglabas din ng kanilang komentaryo after that. Naniniwala ba kayo na yung desisyon dito sa interim release request ay posible raw na pahiwatig na rin sa magiging takbo ng kaso at yung mismong pasya doon sa kinakaharap na reklamo dito kay former President Rodrigo Duterte? Kumbaga, ito ay ginawa raw, testing the waters, ika nga. Ano ho ang take po ninyo dito, Attorney?
Not really on that point. Although, dito sa nangyaring denial, makikita na natin na parang bias yung judges. They will not rule in his favor kung sakaling matuloy to trial itong mga charges na ito. But then, meron pang ibang mga remedies na hinahanda yata yung defense team. Like for example, may lumabas na possibility na maghain din sila ng motion or communication, whatever they call that in the International Criminal Court proceedings, para sabihin sa court, inform sa court that he is not fit to stand trial. I think that's the second remedy open to the defense. So, yan din ang nabasa ko, no? I really don't know what's in the mind of the defense counsel, Attorney Kaufman and his team. Pero, yan ang isang option na open din sa kanila. So, itong pag-deny ng request, parang nagbibigay na ito ng idea sa defense na hindi sila makakakuha ng fair trial kung sakaling matuloy ang trial.
Maiba naman po tayo, attorney, may lumutang na snap elections proposal si Senator Alan Cayetano. So bilang abogado, legal po kaya ito at dapat bang magbitiw ang lahat ng opisyal ng gobyerno?
Yeah. I think born out of frustration yon kaya sinabi ni Senator Alan. Kasi nga maraming legislators ang na-implicate na. And there may be some more dito sa flood control project scandal. So, hindi ko siya ma-blame doon. However, sa ating Constitution, walang provision na pinapayagan, not even in our local laws, na pinapayagan yung isang snap election. Walang ganon. So, it happened before, di ba, nung time ni President Marcos Sr. na nagkaroon ng snap election between him and the late Cory Aquino, President Cory Aquino. Pero hindi na mangyayari ngayon yan kasi meron tayong 1987 Constitution that is in effect. So wala doon. I've studied the Constitution. I'm a lawyer at the same time. Ni-review ko ulit when that proposal came out. Wala akong nakikitang basehan. Gaya nga ng sabi ko, parang political solution yan ni Senator Alan. However, meron akong solution na recently nilabas ko rin at kinover din ng media. I'm talking of a scenario wherein kung sakali mawala yung gobyerno, mapalitan through people power, much better siguro yung transition government. Yan ang pinapropose ko. Wherein all officials from president, vice president, and down, except local government officials at BARM, will be considered vacated na yung kanilang mga posisyon. And then magkakaroon tayo ng bagong constitution na i-approve ng taong bayan. And then by 2028 or so, pwede tayo magkaroon ng bagong eleksyon. So, doon, even yung ibang mga opisyal na nag-resign or tinanggal because of the change of government, pwede sila tumakbo. So, this differs from the view expressed by Senator Alan nung sinabi niya na hindi na sila pwedeng tumakbo. Ako, in my proposal, pwedeng tumakbo yung presidente natin ngayon, si President Marcos Jr., pwedeng tumakbo si VP Sara, the other senators, if they want to, and some other congressmen kung gusto nila, in 2028 or thereafter, under a new constitution. Yun ang aking proposal. In case there will be a leadership change sa ating gobyerno through people power. Of course, yung akin kwan yun, it's just a position born out also of frustration kasi sa nangyayari ngayon, grabe ang corruption, sugdulan na every day halos merong nadidiscovering mga anomalya. So, ako bilang mamayan, bilang dating commissioner ng PACC, dati hindi namin nakikita yung ganitong kalaki. Although meron din corruption noon, will be a hypocrite kung sasabihin namin wala. Corruption has been there since time immemorial Pero ang scale and magnitude ngayon is such na napaka-shocking siya dahil umabot na siya ng trilyon 1.5 trillion according to Representative Erice in his privilege speech sa House of Representatives.
May mga pag-amin po ang ilang official attorney ng militar na talagang may namuong kudeta raw noong September 21 kasabay ng rally. Ano po ang inyong pananaw sa bagay na ito, attorney?
I would like to react to that. I don't think so that happened. Bakit? Kasi noong September 21, papunta kami ng rally sa EDSA, sa may EDSA People Power Monument. Kasama ko yung ilang mga retired generals. So, there was no talk whatsoever na lumabas sa grupo na merong namumuong kudeta. I think that is just the figment of the imagination of some incumbent officials of the AFP. Walang ganon. In fact, ang proposal ng iba like former Governor Chavit Singson was for the youth, for the young, like Representative Kiko Barsaga, to head a revolutionary movement para kontrahin itong korupsyon at baguhin yung gobyerno ni Marcos. So, there was no military adventurism. Wala kami narinig insofar as that group is concerned because I was with them the whole day. Tapos magkasama kami dun sa rally sa EDSA People Power Monument. At andon din ang dating Gobernador Chavit Singson. After that, kumain pa kami, magkasama kami. Walang ganun lumabas I'm talking honestly about this because very sensitive ang issue na yan and hindi dapat parang light talk lang. But people are urging the AFP to take a position. That's what I'm hearing. Since nag-explode itong controversy na ito tungkol sa flood control, yan ang naririnig ko. But there was no insinuation of a coup d'etat. I don't know from the intelligence group of the AFP kung meron ba silang nasagap na balita na gano'n. But from the people who are critical of the government because of the corruptions, wala akong narinig, Dennis. That's as far as I know. I don't know with the others sa AFP kung meron ba silang nalalaman. Pero sa mga generals, wala Kausap ko sila. And before that, magkasama din kami ng dalawang general na hindi ko na lang sasabihin, retired and former officials of the government, wala din silang sinabi sa akin tungkol dyan. In fact, they have been expressing their sentiments about the corruption as private citizens. Walang ganon. So, I don't know where General Bronner is getting that info.
Anyway, yan ay kumbaga patuloy nating obserbahan, attorney, hanggang sa mga susunod na pagkakataon at magkausap ulit tayo dito sa mga iba pang issue tungkol sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat, Attorney Manuelito Luna, former Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission Commissioner ng nakalipas na administrasyon.
For the most trusted source of news and information, visit our website at www.bomboradio.com. Follow us on Bombo Radio mobile app, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. Like, share, and stay connected. Anytime, anywhere.